Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Griftlands, where it seems like people mostly just want to see more Griftlands. The response last episode in the comments was just like, hey, do more of all of the things because Griftlands is very good. And you know what? I agree, I'm with you. One thing that I did see offered up multiple times though was that there are some really fun smith strategies that we don't have the cards to get into yet. And so I think what I'm going to do here is something that nobody asked for. And we're going to play a brawl with Smith just to unlock some stuff real quick. And then we'll go ahead and do one more run through the story with each of the characters, trying to do things that are very different from the things we did last time. And then after that, I don't know, maybe just another run with each of the characters. We'll see. We'll see what kind of weird stuff we unlock. So let's just jump into a Smith brawl here, because I want to see whatever cool strategy stuff people are talking about. We do have a new outfit available. We have a lot of outfits already. So if we're just gonna, ooh, that's a good fighting people disguise. Disguise, costume, outfit. Let's do some of this. It looks like I'm covered in grenades, and that makes me feel more confident in battle. And then perks. We still have a lot of perks to buy. So we have 0 of 5, so we need to unlock 3 of these to get up to the next tier, which we will not be able to do right now. Survivalist seems very good. Gain 1 maximum resolve whenever a new person loves you. Ooh. A random person that hates you will dislike you instead. Okay, so shed a bane every day. I mean, obviously, can you imagine? Can you even comprehend the concept of not 1 but 2 distinct borts? We'd be unstoppable. And I think Socializer and Survivalist are probably the 2 that will unlock to move down to here. Let's grab Survivalist for right now. And what do we want to take into this run? So it is absolutely the case that you can have pets. You can get 2 pets in Brawl, right? That is not even an issue. Interesting. So winning a brawl with a perk equipped does mark it as you've won the game using this perk, doesn't it? Because we have not used basic training on a real run. Interesting. Well, let's swap this out for... Here. Let's swap out Tough Constitution, which is fine, but no better than fine. We could go for like an XP, like use a lot of items type run. I don't know. It feels like we should take this if we bought it, right? And then I do think the basic training was very good. It was very, very good for us. Let's take Ancient Warrior. Let's just use some stuff that we have not yet used. Okay. I haven't thought about custom game options at all. Oh, there's mutators. Oh man. Yeah, just going into sets. They give you the randomize button right there. Just going into adventures with randomized mutators and stuff. Okay, there's a lot of. We may do some of that. We may do some of that when we take on future runs, because that'll be an interesting way to keep changing things up. Let's do our starting draft before we take our grafts. No, if I take a graft where it affects a certain kind of card, we want to have this information first, I think. Whenever you shuffle, deal 3 damage to a random opponent argument. That's actually kind of cool. If we just keep our deck really small or use a lot of shuffle effects or something. It would have been good in our last deck. Whenever a friendly argument is destroyed, deal 2 damage to a random opponent argument. That's kind of interesting. So I think the use of this is going to some degree depend on how they define the word destroyed here. Because, right, like your stacks of renown, you lose stacks automatically, right? Like if you lose your last stack of renown to the turn ending, does that count as the renown argument being destroyed? Because if so, I could see some play with this. I think I'm going to take Pocket Bomb. I think Pocket Bomb is really neat. And then a Battle Graft, Pets, or whenever you play an empty bottle, take 2 damage. That's interesting. I wonder why it's 2. I guess it's 2 so that when you get the upgrade, it can be 1. Because whenever you trigger your Moxie, it adds 1 or 2 points, right? So sometimes this will be bad. Lose 2 power the first time you take enemy damage. Nope, we're going pet mode. I just got the ability to get all these pets. All right. Expend 2 empty bottle cards from your deck. This card costs 0. That's okay, that's cool. These chain cards are neat. Or drink and gain adrenaline. I hate to, like, this does feel like the same thing we were doing last time, but it also seems like clearly the best card of this group. And this is very clearly in the strategy we were in last time of just having a ton of bottles all the time. So let's take the fire breather. You know, adrenaline's good. So Long Night obviously is fun. Whenever you trigger a card's threshold, gain 2 defense. Yo, what if we try to play some threshold stuff? You know what? Let's see if we can make it happen. That'll be an interesting change of pace. Destroy all friendly arguments and create new copies of them. See, if I had known that this card was in our... I mean, I probably would not have taken this card without seeing the graft, so there's no order of information here that would have worked for me getting into that strategy, but that is interesting. Renowned 5, this card deals double. Renowned 10, it deals triple. And when you fire a renowned effect, it doesn't change the amount of renown you currently have, right? I'm gonna take this. Maybe we can make that thing work. Duplicate a friendly argument and then have the resolve of both arguments, but it doesn't have the stacks of both arguments, right? So it's probably fine. Like, if this works the way I think it works, could be a good way of getting more renown. We'll see. Basically, we will see. All right. So we have $70, which is that enough to get a cool pet? It's not enough. We can't even get Killer, much less Lumpy. Actually, they're both very expensive. Why is this one 313 shells? Weird. Okay. You know, maybe we just don't do anything with our initial dollars because we are trying to save up to get as many pets as we are allowed to take. Let's go rescue Gura. I demand that you release my good friend Gura. And we're like reasonably okay at intimidation here. We have some red cards for sure. Damage spills over to this argument before your core argument. Okay, well, it's not like super relevant right this second. So I guess let's name drop a little bit here. So, when destroyed, deal 1 damage to your core argument per stack of renown. Okay, so this is a very dangerous thing to have around if you're doing that destroy everything strategy. But at the end of your turn, this deals 1 damage for every 2 stacks, and then at the start of your turn, renown is reduced by 1. Okay. So it does work approximately the way I remember it working. I kind of think I'm just going to do this, and then we're going to throw up 1 bully. I know it's a pretty unimpressive turn, but I didn't want to take a bunch of damage, and I also didn't want to spend a whole card preventing 1 damage. Hey, look, it's Dissect. So can I gain some more? I can gain Influence, but that is not Renown. So let's just hit Dissect here and see, does this work the way I want it to? Yes, it duplicates the number of stacks. Okay, so it would probably be really good, you know, if I just had more more stacks of Renown. Well, self-promotion obviously does nothing. So let's clout into the bravado. Okay, so we do need to burn those relatively quickly. And that's the intent that's dealing the big chunk of damage. There's not really anything I can do about it. We'll kill one of these. It's a shame that the number of the damage from the renown stacks rounds down. That's going to make that hard to use. Okay, well, drew all of my brags. Now, if only we had some influence on top of it. Also, I didn't even think about that. Like, I could have leveled these up before the battle. So we're not... It is totally... It's very frustrating, the amount of damage potential we have. Like, it's very unpredictable. But it's also, no matter what, it's not enough to just go for the home run. Alright, that's fine. I didn't need all that resolve anyway. Yeah, you tell him my single point of renown. So we probably just want to keep leveling up our brags and stuff, right? Even though we are not going to get through for any meaningful damage here. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm going to get a little bit lucky. Aw, had to be 3. Oh, right, but every time we create an argument, because of Smith's core thing, we get damage. I did forget about that as well. So free dissect, or we don't lose it when we play it. I think it's probably we don't lose it when we play it, right? If we're like committing to this idea. So this is interesting. So when it's renowned 5, you're gaining 2 average damage, and when it's renowned 10, you're gaining 3 average damage. It's like, how much do we trust that we're going to get there on the strategy? And the answer is, I believe. I believe in Smith's ability to stick to a plan. No, that can't be right. We're gonna drink and gain more adrenaline. It's more of an adrenaline play than anything else. Whenever you trigger a card's threshold, gain even more defense. I think I might actually just take the pale version. It's just like it's all these 2-cost setup things are so frustrating. Like, taking that whole setup turn in battle always feels really bad. Do we want standing? Is standing even good? I kind of don't think it is. Like, I know it does what we're doing, but I also just think it's a bad card. I'm gonna decline on that. I don't want any of this stuff. So I guess, okay, one thing that is interesting with destroy all friendly arguments and create new copies of them, now that I've remembered how Smith's core argument works, is that we get the damage out of it. Another thing that's interesting is that it does redirect, I believe it will redirect all existing damage to my face, because all attacks will lose their targets, and so they'll retarget me, which is maybe good some of the time. I don't know. I don't know if I think revision's good. I'm going to decline because we're trying to do a renown thing here, and it's real bad with renown. There, see? Easy. Metal and shills. Alright, Marif, my friend. I would like to probably increase my max resolve more than drafting 2 battle cards. So we're trying to find, with the battle cards, we're trying to find ways to make sure we hit thresholds. Adrenaline's a good way to do that. Obviously, power would also be a good way to do that, but points of power are relatively very expensive. So we could try drafting into the strategy a little bit more. Yeah, I guess let's do that. So, I mean, it feels like you want to take the nerve strike. And 2 to 6 damage for 1 action isn't even that bad. If you don't hit the threshold, like, this card's still okay. And then do we just want more adrenaline? I don't think reduce is right. I definitely don't think nap is right. And adrenaline is... Yeah, all right. What is our graft? Oh, that's right. We didn't take that graft. But still, like, thresholds. We got this threshold idea. We know what we're doing. Kind of. I sort of sometimes know what I'm doing. Let's go get in a fight so that we can regain some of the resolve that I very clumsily lost. So do I like Lumicites better than Fleeds? Yes. I side with Henders over this, about, I don't know what we're fighting about here, but whatever the deal is, I side with Henders. All right. I guess we'll just go ahead and establish that. And these are all, I hate to be like, I hate to be mercenary about this, but these are all people we don't really care about. We could kind of just ignore their whole deal. I don't think I bother with the Fire Breather here. Well, I guess playing Fire Breather into Bash is more damage than just Bash, right? And I think we probably just go for you. All right, solid contributions, everybody. Don't love the sting. I think the sting is pretty bad for us. Let's definitely get this leveling. So I'm probably... I don't have any... I have a bottle right now. Yeah, bottle smash is probably better in this situation. We'll just throw up a quick wound on you, and then may as well start leveling up the nerve strike, even though we cannot threshold it here. And also drop kick. You know, I've never really committed to a drop kick. I've never fully done one. It feels to me like it would make you take more than 3 damage. I've always been afraid to do it. As a child, I was very into wrestling, and you know how kids love to imitate a fighting thing they saw on television, but I could never bring myself to really imitate the form of a dropkick. Seems terrifying. All right, is this Smith a murderer? Is the question. I think let's not go out of our way to murder people. I'm gonna take green juice, I guess, and then we're gonna deliver a drop kick, and then I'm gonna drink my green juice. Alleviate, huzzah! So I guess if you have a fair amount of... Wow, I do not need to participate. If you have a fair amount of alleviation, then that card earlier, that thing earlier that just makes you take damage when you bottle, like... Yeah, there are ways to work around that to make it really cool. Hooray, I did it. I thresholded a card. Alright, broadly speaking, I am accepting surrenders. We did get some mandibles off of the little dudes, and I will take those. I think those are just fine. And then, ooh, threshold gain adrenaline. The damage of this card cannot be increased. It really is the gamble. I like that the the cards for the different strategies have like a distinct outfit that is common between them. I think I'm gonna take... So just 1/4 of the time when you play this, you gain 3 actions. And the rest of the time, it's a card that is not very good. I don't know. I think I'm going to take the deal because it helps feed into the rest of our... Yep, there we go. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. And it doesn't matter that we saved her life because she's going to do nothing and then die. All right, let's improvise here. You know what? Sure. Gain me a power. And who's hitting me for 6? That Lumicite? Congratulations, you've been impaired. God, I wish my allies would just do stuff on the first turn of combat. Everybody's got to pose and... terrible. It's terrible work. Wow, 6 damage with the impair. Do we bother playing Pale High Stakes? Like, I'm a little concerned that I might need to just focus here. You know what? I'm only exposed for the moment. All right, you're also getting impaired. Please stop that. And then I'm just gonna drop kick you because you're the lowest on health now. And then I got my face totally wrecked. All right, so we're gonna get some adrenaline here. Is it worth putting a wound on the Lumicite? I guess so. Right, 'cause it's not like I'm already killing it. that, and then we just deliver the biggest drop kick. I would really love this fight to be one-on-one. I feel like I'd be in much better shape if we were one-on-one. Let's see if we can find a way to help out this nerve strike. Well, it's not what I was looking for, I'll say that. Alright, I'm gonna do this again. Whatever, I'll get out of the fight eventually. You, stop hitting me so damn hard. Wow. Okay, I forgot to draw any cards here. Just give me something. Wow. That's garbage. That's a bad... I've drawn a bad. End of the Wild Lumicite's turn, convert all kindling to temporary power. So, we are not going to be able to kill this thing, right? If I Fire Breather... Wait, is it 17 health plus 5, or is it 17? It's 17 and then 5 is sitting on top of that, right? We have to get it... We have to do 15. So no, actually, we totally can... Right, yeah, then this is not how I want to be using this thing, but this will cause a retreat, and that is the best thing we can do, damage mitigation-wise. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Okay. Let's open with the deal. That's a pretty good card, honestly. I think that card's real solid. I did this the other way before, but you should definitely gain the adrenaline first if you have the opportunity. So you're going to give up in 7. I am not, in fact, going to drop kick you. Okay, that did not go as well as I was hoping. Thank God for our health restoration thing. I do think that Gulper is probably still fine, even if you don't have a lot of bottles, because it's just draw 2. You don't necessarily want to be spending an action to draw, but sometimes you get a card that or a hand that is so bad. Also, while Long Night doesn't exactly do the thing we're trying to do with it, it does do 4 to 6 damage for a single action. But none of this stuff is on strategy. I'm going to not fill up our deck with things we're going to wish we didn't have later. That's my brilliant plan. Hey, it's a guy who likes me. You would give me heavy lifting. At the start of each battle, 4 defense and 2 temporary power. Yo! That rules. Congratulations on your shills. Good to have friends. Okay. We do not... We only heal if we actually do a battle, right? Yes. So I can't use negotiations as a way to heal up. I don't really want to buy food either, but maybe I should. Maybe I should just suck it up and do that, because we're about to boss fight. I guess let's do a thing that can be solved by negotiation. We can buy food afterward. Alright, nobody talks to Millery without going through me first. Yeah, I definitely convince you to switch sides. Obviously. So... I mean... It feels pretty bad. It feels like a pretty bad strat, if I'm honest. But I'm doing it. I'm committing all the way. So I was going to brag. Now I kind of just want to play the dissect. Alright, so now we have 2 stacks of 4 renown. That's something, right? It's a lot of damage being dealt to my face, but it's also something. And look at that! 6 renown! Hooray! We did get minimum damage, because of course I did. I guess I could have done a self-promotion first. Do I want to just protect my face a little bit here? I guess I'm still going to play the nepotism and the clout. We're just going to reduce a little bit of the damage. Okay, so which stack is that going to apply it to? Is it going to... Okay, it does not create a new one. That's cool, because that means we get to do this. And now we are, in fact, Renowned 10. Hooray! It's working! We're getting there, we're doing it. Spend 2 Renown to apply 5 Composure. Save face, you know. It really wants us to take a copy of Revision, and I just don't think it's a very good idea. I'm gonna decline these. I don't want any of these. All right, the time has come for a murder. You know, sometimes it shows the hand and the knife, and it means this quest can be resolved by either combat or negotiation. And sometimes it means you must do both, and I don't apparently not good at figuring out which of those times is which. The good news is, if I don't take any damage here, I do still heal up at the end of the battle, so that's got to be my plan, I think. Okay, let's drink up. I guess I want to keep drinking. And then do we want to stack? Or do we just want to chug? Let's keep drinking. So we can apply some trauma real fast. The adrenaline, obviously not terribly exciting, given that we don't have any of our relevant cards in hand. I think I'm going to just take the stack. So let's... Bottle Smash, followed by a full damage stack, now that we've created enough bottles for that to be a thing we can do. Yeah, you tell him, Smith. I like how frequently during combat he's just like, "Roar, roar." I'm just gonna drink heavily and do a nerve strike. I will say the downside of this strategy is that it leads to me, like this Ancient Warrior thing, is that it leads to me wanting to play the cards that we took early a lot, and so we're not getting as much XP as I might like. Do we get there? Nope, minimum damage. Of course not. I'm gonna toughen up before I drop kick. And that went very well. We were never targeted. That was just a +4 health fight, except not actually +4, because we also healed 1 at the end of every turn. Do I want a second nerve strike? I mean, it's still just an attack that does good damage, right? Gain 6 defense at the start of your next turn. Okay, right, yeah. Gaining defense at the start of your own turn is way better with Smith than it is with a lot of other people, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna take another nerve strike. It's a lot of damage. It's just good raw damage. Oh, right, that was supposed to be a murder. I was supposed to murder. Well, I mean, whatever. This is me saying whatever. Give me some battle cards, you big nerd. Increase your Moxie by 4. That seems actually quite good for us. The target has trauma, deal 3 bonus damage, defense equal to the damage dealt by your next attack. So, like, this is kind of an interesting defense card because we're trying really hard to damage stack onto single attacks instead of doing, like, a multi-attack thing to benefit from wound or something. So maybe we take this. I don't, you might have noticed, broadly think that playing cards to gain defense is the way to win a battle. Yeah. Do I still want to buy food? How expensive? 50. I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna try to just tough through this. Blood, you are wearing a huge amount of armor. You need to get in here and help me. Lose 1 influence and dominance. Okay, won't be a problem. Let's gain some renown. And then let's brag a couple of times to get some XP on my brags. Yeah, so Renown plays nicely with Influence. You'd really like to have both going. Just like, do we now Nepotism? Taking a lot of damage. We're not going to be able to get... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to play Bewilder and then just a really weak version of Nepotism, I think. Because we're just trying to get XP on that Nepotism still. It's a fair question, friend. Alright. Well, I mean, we should do the Dissect. Especially since one of my stacks of Renown is about to get blown up. And then... Is it just Brag? It's probably... Composure on the Renown to reduce the amount of overflow damage I take, and then a Brag. Okay, that one rolled decently. Okay. Let's keep dropping names. So we did manage to get to Renown 5 on the boosted executive. Yeah, let's just blow that up, shall we? This has been rough. It feels like this is more difficult than Sal's. But we have gotten there. So let's do this into that. Just getting XP. One of these days, these cards will level up. Even footing seems not great. Force all friendly arguments to target a specific opponent argument. You know, with the Renown, this does become reasonable. I do think that maybe Scapegoat is worthwhile. We're not quite in the place where it's good yet, but when we get there, I would like to already have it. Yeah, let's take it. All right, I think that should be the last negotiation for the day, so it hopefully won't matter that we're at 7 Renown. Guy's name is Brute. Alright, first time you take damage each turn, gain 2 defense. Whenever your attacks cause health loss, you gain Furor. Which does something, I'm sure. Alright, our friend here is going to do something that actually puts up a status effect on us as well. That's nice. That's teamwork. I think we're just going to go for a quick hammer throw. And probably a drop kick, right? Like, I already have my defense. Thanks to our boon, our one and only. Okay, he put some additional defense on me, which was not terribly meaningful. Okay, Adrenaline. Adrenaline's not bad here. It's not going to guarantee us a nerve strike, but it's something. All right, got there. All right, so what's the deal with your Furor? Oh, right, he didn't cause any health loss because our friend is very defensive. So we just applied Impair. Do I want to throw another one of these up? I don't think so. And I don't want to break my mandible yet. I'm just going to help our dude out here. There we go. Maybe we'll never see a stack of Furor, so we won't have to worry about what it does. Alright, drink for adrenaline so as to gain some adrenaline. And then drop kick this dude in his face. I should have done this drink. I don't know, I just saw the higher number and I went for it. That's not necessarily good strategic play. Oh no, I've been singled out. 8 bonus damage. Remove 3 singled out whenever you play a maneuver card. Well, good news for me. Alright, that's exactly what I was looking for. Chug. And then, yeah, Murder Bay Blaster. Why not? And let's get ourselves some Moxie, right? Because this is still fairly unlikely to happen. Alright, maybe my health wasn't anything I needed to worry about anyway. And now... Now we traumatize him, right? I do so love to traumatize him. So... Great big drop kick. Ow. And then this will cut the damage by 3 and also give me 3 defense. It's not perfect, but it was too much damage to pass up, especially since we're about to go to sleep, right? Nerve Strike's still kind of weird. Let's see if we can draw something else that we want to put some XP on. Oh, yeah, definitely. So he's going to give up in 4 damage. So yeah, we're probably only going to get to play one more card here no matter what. Aha! I rolled very poorly. That'll show him. Okay, that went actually extremely well. At the end of your turn, spend 1 renown and apply 2 composure. That's not really a thing I want. Gain 2 renown for every person that loves you. Cute in theory. Difficult to manage in brawl mode. Yeah, I just don't. These are not very good cards for us. Whenever you take damage on your turn, gain 1 adrenaline. I don't think these are good cards for us either. Hopefully these grafts are a little bit more compelling. Absolutely not. I would never. Core Argument takes 2 damage at the end of your turn. Maximum hand size is reduced by 3. Wow. Am I passing? I think I'm gain 1 action is super good. It's incredibly powerful. But the downside on these is very bananas and ridiculous. And if we just take 100 shills, I can get a better pet. I'm taking the money. Who needs strategy? Not me. I will never strategize. You will never catch me thinking ahead or doing a thing that's valuable in the long term. I refuse. Hint, upgrade cards by playing them. Thanks, game. Frolic, my dude. Oh, hey, it's the Eviscerator. That's a different Eviscerator. This pet's name is Quark. I'm gonna buy myself an Eviscerator. 360 shills to... Okay. Alright. You. Let's go and do some negotiation to start. A motley crew accosts you. Alright. I think that the right person to convince is... They're all gonna have the same resolve, right? You. Alright, so yeah, bonus damage, and bonus damage. Random card, yep, that's an annoying one. Well, we drew nothing. This is an empty hand. Yep. Let's apply some composure to myself. Soften up the overflow. Okay, nepotism. Wow. Wow, again, this hand. Alright, I will just take the big overflow damage. I mean, it's something. We gotta get some of these base cards out of our deck. I'm saving up money to make sure we have pets. Alright, well, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and propaganda us a name drop. Oh no, the propaganda's back and it's taken on its worst form. I could just double composure here. I don't much like it. But if we take no damage and we do renown damage, you know, we're at least making some headway relative to our opponent. So I would love to gain 2 actions. That sounds okay. Yep, and of course minimum damage, so that we can get minimum damage. And then do we just like, do we just play brag and pray? Because we do have to get rid of this at some point, right? I'm doing like no damage. All right. 3's fine, I guess. This really could not be going much worse. And every card in my hand costs $1 billion. Okay, well at least our renown is going to get rid of that. Yeah, we just don't have a turn here. Like, I play nepotism. So that I can do a very small amount of damage to your face. I might lose this negotiation. Alright, so we certainly name drop. Then we... Bad self-promotion. Oh no, I have become fatigued. Yeah, we get the self-promotion out here so that our brag is at least strong. And also, you know, it creates and flushes a lot of arguments, which is nice. The amount of incoming damage we are constantly having to push through is really, really tough here. Okay, we got maximum damage twice in a row there. That was nice. Alright, so we are not going to be... we are not going to be allowed to do any more negotiating on this day. I have to play bad boosted executive to be guaranteed that I will be able to get out of the fight. Renown 2, draw 2 cards. You know what? It's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. We should all listen to this grifter. I agree with you. I do love to make friends. Everybody should listen to this grifter. I am inclined to remove some negotiation cards from my deck. I think that we have some bad ones. I think that as much as I want to remove all these bullies, some of the bewilders have to go. This thing where we try to mitigate damage is just like, it's like, what if we just lost on purpose, but like kind of slowly? It's terrible. It's terrible stuff. All right, let's show up and do a murder. This is self-defense. I ran up here with the intention of killing someone, and that makes it self-defense. So, am I going to Fire Breather? I think is the question. Or do we Smith's Flask into deal Nerve Strike? I think it's probably that, because we know what the Fire Breather upgrades into, and it's not really that critical. Trauma or impair. We're not necessarily going to imply impair already. I'm gonna... Oh no, wait, this'll... Yeah, we are in fact going to apply impair to one of them guaranteed. So you gain 3 power after one of your attacks damages a target. Well, it's gonna damage a target. Maybe not for that much, but... Then I'm gonna also impair this one. Let's just try to Try to limit the incoming damage a little bit. Oh right, I have 4 defense for my boon, so actually he will not meaningfully damage me. All right, I think we probably want to keep focusing on that dude. Let's pale high stakes. Increasing my moxie is not actually important. I think it's better that we just deal damage, right? Let's just try to finish the job here as quickly as possible. Also getting XP on more cards. Oh no, that poor Vrock. So I don't currently have a bottle. I don't have an easy way to generate one, so I do believe we're doing a hammer throw. You know what? Honestly, we will probably get a large enough number of total attacks off on this guy for that to be reasonable. Who's doing the 8? Okay, it's big dude. Yeah, I guess I'll break a mandible on him. Yep, we got to be rid of this guy relatively quickly. Ooh, 2 threshold cards with no way to boost the thresholds. Well, I guess we're just praying. I guess there's a lot of hope coming off of this plan. Hey, wow. All right, we got there. All right, so he's gonna take double damage from an attack real soon here, which will probably be enough to push him. That's annoying. Why you gotta get all tough on me? So let's drink for adrenaline, or we could just try to draw into some better cards here, because like Arsenal into dropkick is not a very interesting sequence. Boy, that's not much better. I do at least have a bottle. So I guess what we're doing is bottle smashing this guy to land the traumatize, and then we're just gonna drop kick him for a bunch. You know, it's significant. That puts him right up against the surrender threshold. And we do need him right up against that surrender threshold. So I guess let's try to get lucky off of this. Damn it. Well, that's going to make the rest of this not work. So let's just do damage. I'm going to get him for 5. You know what? I'll just drop kick him. Let's just guarantee it. That'll soften things up a little bit. And then I'm going to roll the dice on Hold'em instead of going for the higher average damage, I think. Okay. Well, this is going to hurt. Oh, and also we're fatigued. Okay. Well, that probably doesn't affect things too much. Here, friend. Be tougher. We have to get through 22 health here. Boy. So they're dealing 12. Okay. All right. I appreciate the fact that he brought a martini glass with him. He just had one on hand. My job's not to kill today, right? This was just go win a fight. I think this was just go win a fight. I do want to successfully complete the missions because, you know, money is good. I apparently have to put a lot of effort into keeping it in line, though. Attack once per trauma on your target. You know? That is interesting. Splinter is even more impair effects, in case we needed that. I mean, we do the trauma thing relatively frequently. But even then, like, this attack's okay. It costs 2 actions, and it's gonna do... Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I think that that's very exciting for us. I'll take it. If we spend 2 actions and we do, like, north of 10 damage with it, it's probably okay. Alright, and then I could really use some more fighting, if I'm honest. Actually kill them. Remember to actually do a kill. What do you want? I want to kill you. With murder. Let's do it, little guy. So he's got 3 turns of 1 evasion per turn guaranteed. Okay. So Pale High Stakes into a Fire Breather on Hold'em puts us in a pretty okay starting position. And we'll just hit you to prevent Threshold from going off. Oh yeah, and if we panic you... this one gives up immediately. So that seems pretty good. Alright, feeling pretty tough. Good time for Flask to level up. Boy, this is this is not that good. And then I apply some defense to my pet. Hooray. Already taking kind of a lot of damage there, little buddy. So we have no way of boosting the initial hit here. I do have a bottle left. So I think I'm gonna do the wound, because the wound will guarantee the deal, right? And then I just drop kick. We just try to... Nothing I do will quite get us... Oh, no, wait, sorry. You have a wound. This will, in fact, quite get us there. Hooray for wounds. You're dead. You, on the other hand, I will accept your surrender. I did not come here to murder you. Nobody is paying for that. Oh, no. Oh, no, my pet. We got a letter opener, which is fine. Got some good upgrades there. So... Drink and gain 2 adrenaline versus, like, really commit on the mall thing. This does make that way more likely to go off. I mean, obviously, adrenaline's good for us as well. Like, adrenaline and wounding. So, like... This is better with our threshold stuff. This is currently my only source of trauma, so if I get rid of this, then that other card we drafted is just bad. But, like, this is way more on plan. Yeah, we're taking the on plan. I'm going to end up just getting rid of that other card. Bonus damage equal to your Moxie, sort of whatever. For the rest of your turn, any damage you receive is reduced to 1. That's kind of cool. I could see the deck that wants to play with that. I think we're declining all of these. That is 0 cost, draw 2 cards. My health is usually quite good. We're not on the self-damage plan, but we can endure some self-damage. I would love to remove a battle card, please. Can I just drop one of these, please? It's just like a blank card in your deck, you know? Wow, it's already boss time again, huh? Okay. Let's do it. I'm ready. I am not going to win this in negotiation. That's not happening. Incepti planted evidence. Okay. Yeah, I know your deal. So, of course, I have no way of gaining any renown. I'm just going to bewilder bully. All right, this thing's got to go. Am I actually going to be able to make that happen? Yes. Nepotism can make anything possible. That's kind of like Smith's whole story, right? Unfortunately, I am about to eat a ton of damage from this planted evidence garbage. That's fine. I didn't need my resolve. Do not steal 10 coins. I need those coins. Alright, we definitely need way more ways of generating renown. I'm desperate for renown. I certainly want to play Brag here. But I think realistically, I have to play Bewilder, right? Pretty sure. Oh, right. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. This is the last negotiation of the day. Let's just negotiate. Let's renown real hard. Let's really rely on that family name. Cambury doesn't even respond to that, but he's thinking about it. You can tell he's thinking about it. Okay, so right now, all of that damage is going for the only thing I really don't want all that damage to be going for, and additionally, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, I guess we just play Bully 3 times. Okay, at least we didn't get minimum damage on all 3 of them. I guess. Oh, right. Stacks of renown getting destroyed. Well, there's nothing we could have done about it anyway. You know what? It's something. It gains us renown. Ooh, famous brag. I do like lucid brag too. And also, I think it is worth noting that this card is pretty bad. So just like even with the upgrades, just kind of getting it out of your deck is interesting. I'm gonna take the famous brag. I guess we're desperate for ways to increase our renown. All right, I'll go fight the boss without you. Felic and Taz. What? 2-on-2. This is even odds. Why would I do this? All right. So yeah, we remember this fight. I remember this fight. Well, we got ourselves a good push it immediately because our hand is not very compelling. That helps. Drink 2, take 1 damage, gain 3 moxie, apply 3 trauma. Alright, well, so we do want a fire breather first. I don't think it much matters who we go after first. Taz is attacking my pet. Alright, you asked for this. Hold on, give me a moment to drink heavily. Alright, and then a 12-point drop kick seems like an okay start. And I will, in fact, just kill these dudes. How dare you? How dare you try to use your robot legs to kick my adorable pet? No one has ever been more deserving of a murder. So we go for the adrenaline to try to push Nerve Strike through. And we get minimum damage. It's a shame Knuckle Down didn't show up like in next turn's hand where it actually would have been kind of good. So I think I'm going to impair the other guy. Because if I impair this guy... I guess if I impair this guy, then Eviscerator pushes him to Traumatized, and then on our turn we get to open up with a big hit. You know what? That's probably... but this doesn't do damage. It probably won't count, right? Whenever Freelance Bodyguard Taz is attacked, does that mean hit with an attack card? Because this is not an attack card. I'm just not going to use it. We're just not going to use it. Alright, so... Boy. Okay, they are each hitting me. I guess let's get the high stakes up. I do feel good about having taken the cheaper version of that rather than the more effective one. Whenever you hit him, yeah, we can drop his hubris. Okay. I wish I had more multi-target stuff. Let's see if we can find ourselves an adrenaline drink. Nice. So this'll help. And then it's all set up to get just extremely destroyed on our next turn. Yeah, it's very cool looking. We're all extremely impressed. So is this... Yes, it is half and half. Okay. Well, let's hit the letter opener here. And then we're hoping to just... I don't have any attack cards. So 17. We don't actually have 17 in our hand right now, right? Well, I guess I'm going to hit for double. So if I just... Here, let me start with the flask. So if I take this, and then I do fire breather, then we have him. Alright, and that dude gains 4 power, but the impair makes it effectively less, so I think that's okay. So he's just going to buff up this turn. I'm considering whether or not to kill his brother. I think I am going to burn these bottles, just looking for some better options here. Yeah, like that. That's not bad. Do we get lucky? We do get extremely lucky. Okay, I'm into that. I'm going to leave the brother alive for right now. Because if I can push them to a mutual surrender... No, I cannot. Okay, well... You know, I did my best. So, is it a wound or is it 2 adrenaline? 2 adrenaline to make the nerve strike almost guaranteed to work, but he, you know what, he has so much, he has so much impair on him already that I kind of don't care. Alright. I'm just killing the other one. I don't want to have to deal with him coming back into the fight. Man, 10 damage to my pet. What is wrong with you? Sir. Sir, what is your problem? So he's already... I'm going to traumatize him. So he's already impaired. We're not going to make the impair any more effective, but I am just gonna do this into a big drop kick, I guess. And I think I'm not going to hit him with the letter opener because I think we are going to kill him pretty soon here. All right, no more striking the pet. Show me, come on. Oh no. Well, I forgot to have any cards. But I did strike him in the groin with a Warhammer for 9 damage. You would think that it would be more effective than that. For real, show me... Yeah, there we go. So I was about to say, I need like a drop kick, please, because we are... He is traumatized. Excuse me. I guess if the pet's doing 8 damage to him already, that's enough. And then, you know what? I am gonna splatter this dude too, right? Because otherwise he's gonna swear vengeance because I killed his brother, and it's gonna be a whole thing. All right. So the underdriver and the overdriver are both interesting. This is enough defense that it's at least kind of... Yeah, I guess I'll take it. I don't know. Seems all right. Not great. Do we want more adrenaline, or do we want 2 bonus damage, or to, well, an average improvement of 1 damage? When you put it that way, it does seem like the adrenaline's the pretty obvious option. Ooh. I do like 11 base damage, but also a point of evasion is really interesting. Like, are we in a place where we think evasion's where we need to be? We're doing this, like, big hit strategy, right? I don't know. This seems very cool. I'm going to take this. 4 impair versus 1 extra... Why are the damage upgrades so lackluster? Fill your hand with brags that cost 0 until played. Oh. Interesting. Wow. Okay. That seems like a good card. I guess it's going to mean there's a ton of brags in my deck after. That's the downside of that. It comes later when your deck is garbage. Bonus damage equal to your Moxie. Threshold 10, apply a stun. I mean, yeah, right? We're going to be able to make that happen sometimes. That's fun. I am, in fact, a known thug. Deal 1 resolve damage to a random opponent whenever you draw a card. Okay. It's not the best reputation card to have, but it's certainly not the worst. Bystanders no longer assist in negotiations. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know that this is even really a downside. This is not that meaningful. Yeah, I'm going to take these glamour stones. All right, this has been... just tremendously sloppy. I've done a not that great job consistently, but we're making it through. We're kind of getting there. I just straight up lost a negotiation there, which is not ideal, obviously. But you know what we can do now? Froluk, my friend, I require additional pets. That one's name is Deathface. Surrender your Deathface unto me. Okay, it's a lot of money. We're going to be spending all of our money on upgrading our awesome pets. That's my strategy for the rest of this game. All right, I think that right there is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Listen, they already have names. They already know their names. They respond to their names. I do feel like it would be taking agency away from them a little bit to just rename them, so I will not, I think, be changing them to Bort and also Bort. I'm considering it. When you come back next time, tomorrow, I may or may not have changed our pets' names. The only way to resolve the tension will be to come back here and click on the thing. So do that, and we'll see you then.